How are we all doing? Good. Day 5, let's get it on. Get straight into it. Here we go. We're going to break tradition today. Normally we finish with our first form, but today we're going to start with it. Okay, so get ready, feet together, hands by your side, and then we're going to go through the first form in its entirety. Okay, are you ready? Good, okay, so that's the left side. Just make sure your stance is still locked in, you haven't gotten lazy and done that. And make sure your other arm is pulled right back. Right side, here we go. Okay, second half. Good, so your left leg comes into the right, push down. Excellent, well done, good job. Good, all warmed up. Right, so today we're going to be looking at something quite fun and interesting. We're looking at one of these, board breaking. Okay, so before we get straight into this, obviously you probably don't have anything that you can break at home, okay? But we have done this in class before for the teenagers, been looking at the boards, okay? What we want to do though is, rather than actually look at this, we'll give you a demonstration today, because I know that's what you all want to see, we'll give you a demonstration. We're going to talk about the process of building up to this, okay? So the first thing about the board, obviously this isn't a real board, but this is sort of the same kind of idea. The first thing we're looking at is the mindset behind it, okay? Because you might have guessed, the number one thing that actually stop you from breaking this is the fear, okay? The fear of failure, not hurting yourself, not breaking it, looking a bit silly in front of other people, all those kinds of things, okay? But if you've been training your punch hard, you've been training it well, you've been doing it on the pads, wall bags, whatever it is, you've been doing that for a long period of time, you'll go through this quite easily, okay? Probably shock you how easily it'll actually go through, okay? So we'll quickly put this down for a second, because we won't need it, okay? Not yet. What I want you to do is look at an actual, what we call a board break punch, okay? So, for a board break punch, this is like the one shot, this is going to be like our finisher, okay? We put one leg forwards, okay? I'm right-handed, so I'm going to hit with my right. What you want to do is put the opposite leg forward. So if I'm right-handed, my left leg comes forward. That means I've now got more room to let this go through, okay? I know in Wing Chun it's about short distance, but if you're looking at just getting as much power as you can, you might want to just use all the range that you're allowed to, okay? So, we're in our stance here. You can have your guard up, that's absolutely fine, okay? And what we're going to do is just look at this punch on its own, okay? So as you can see, I'm still making sure this is a straight line. This is what's going to give it power, this angle, or a lack of angle. It's a straight line, driving with my elbow and my wrist, making sure it's the right 3 knuckles that are going to make contact. And you can also see I'm slightly twisting my hips as well. If I keep them like this is going to have no range. I might as well use this on. But when I actually turn this, look, now that's actually got quite a bit more power. So what I want you to do, I want you, if you've got one, grab pads, okay, and warm up on this pad, okay. So if someone can hold it for you, put it sort of out, and you're going to look at it. Okay, just driving through like that, okay. My recommendation is to warm up with about 20 to 30 each hand, or just the one hand if you just want to use the one hand, okay, but you probably should even it out, okay. So juniors warm up with 20, teens warm up with 30, okay. Now, I'm going to use this pad as an example, because the other thing with the boards that you're looking at is the idea of penetration, okay. So very typically what happens is, the pad's here and the punch sort of goes like that. Okay, so it's hitting it, but it's only hitting the surface, okay? My intent and my idea is actually to go through this. So I'm not finishing this punch here, I'm finishing it like there, okay? So as I punch, there's, you can see the difference between that and that, okay? You gotta just have this mentality of just gonna go for it, okay? So, pause the video, okay, in a second. Do your 20, 30, 50, 100, whatever it is you want to do, okay, and then we will be giving you the idea of how to actually break the board, okay? Off you go. Here we go. So, we are going to be getting into this now. Now, chances are you're probably not going to actually be doing this at home yourself, okay? But what I want you to do is just imagine that maybe you are, okay? So you've been practicing on the pads, okay? And now we're going to actually be sort of talking you through just the mentality of this, and I'll demonstrate it as well, okay? So if you're being punched in a pad, you want to imagine that it is this, okay? Because that is actually what you're building up to by punching those pads, okay? So, when you're breaking a board or an object or whatever it is with a punch, the main thing you need to overcome is your fears, okay? So your fear of maybe failing, not getting through, hurting yourself, looking a bit silly in front of other people, okay? You need to try and get over that, okay? The idea of this is, as we were saying on the pads, is you want to go through it, okay? So, use the pads, okay, and I want you to try and muster up this one punch that's just going to do it for you. Okay, there's one punch that's just going to drop whatever it is, okay? So, what I want you to do, okay? I'm going to do it with you. I want you to get your pad or board or whatever it is set up, probably a pad for you. I'm going to put this in the corner because I'm a Lone Ranger, okay? And what I'm going to do is, I'm going to tap this with my fist. I'm going to tap it, just so I'm sort of getting happy with it, okay? And then once I'm happy with it, okay, I'm just going to sort of take a second to get my breath, get my bearings, and then once I decide to punch this through, I'm going to commit to this, okay? I'm not going to stop short, this is going to go through, okay? So I'm getting ready, getting happy with it, and then... And that is how it's done. Okay, good. Getting back into a bit more of a semblance of normality now. We're just going to give you a little drill to practice, and this is actually quite a good self-defense drill, okay? It's one we've done before, but it's just sort of good to reiterate. Mum and Dad, this is a great one for you as well, okay, if you're joining in. So first thing I want you to do, we're not going to go into our horse stance, we're not going to have our guards up, we're going to be standing neutral, okay? So, When I count number 1, I'll make sure I've got enough room here, I want you to bring 1 foot back. So I'm going to bring back my right foot. Once my foot's back, I want to put my hands up like this, okay? So this is a non-threatening kind of idea here, okay? So we're here and 1. So make sure these hands are going forwards. They don't make them too sort of a push back here. This has got to be forwards, okay? When I count number 2, the leg that you've brought back is now going to come forwards and you're going to palm strike like so. Okay, so that's 2. You ready? So start from the beginning. 1, 2. Good. Make that strong hit. When I count 3, your backhand is going to hit through. So this should be a strong hit as well. We're only looking at a few hits. Okay? So from the beginning, 1, 2, 3. Good. Make those all powerful, make those all dynamic. These have all got to do some damage. Okay? Now you have to bear with me for number 4. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Always a clap. Okay, just the 1 clap, and we'll tell you what that is in a second. So we're from here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 5. You're going to bring these hands down onto your knee. Okay, and at the end, I'll put my guards forward so you can see I've actually re-established a proper stance here. Okay, so we're just going to do it all together, then we'll tell you what the hell it's all about. Okay, so from here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a guard. Good. So what the blue hell is going on here? Pretty simple, okay? So we're not standing in a stance because this is a bit more of a practical idea, okay? If someone's sort of a bit of far distance away from you and it's quite verbal, okay? It's not necessarily got a physical yet, but you know it probably will be. The first thing you want to do is not go, come on then, I'll have you. You actually want to disengage, okay? We live in a world of CCTV and camera phones and everything else. If people see you getting in some sort of stance like that, and you say, come on then, I'll have you, they might think that you're the one instigating or being aggressive, okay? Whereas what we're doing here is like, whoa, 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 look, I don't want to have any trouble, I'm not looking for a fight, but look, this is actually a guard hand. All we've got to do is turn my hands, and there we are, okay? So I've established I'm saying, look, I don't want any trouble, but they're still coming in. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to surprise them. I'm going to use my back foot. My hands are up here, so this is going to occupy them. Boom. Okay, that's my hit. Okay, 1 hit's not enough, so I'm going to hit them again. Right, now this clap is an ear clap. Okay, if you've ever seen or heard about an ear clap, it's a really, really strong technique. Okay, it's really unpleasant for the person on the receiving end. You do that, you can disorient them, okay, really hurt them, because if you're cupping their ears like that, it's not nice. Tell you what, do that quickly to yourself now. Get your hand like that, just do that to your ear. It's horrible, okay? That's what you're doing to them. So once you've gone, no, hit, grab, knee. Okay, right. Don't misunderstand, you are probably not kneeing someone in the face, okay, for 2 reasons. Number 1, it's actually quite hard, especially if they're still live and awake. It's very hard to get someone's head from up here down there so you can knee it. Okay, they're going to be resisting, trying to stand up, pushing you, all that kind of stuff. Number 2, that's a very horrible thing to do to someone, knee them in the face. Okay, what you're looking at is actually bringing their head down a little bit, and this is going to go into the stomach. That'll do enough. Okay, that'll do enough. It's still unpleasant, obviously. Okay, but it's still going to be a very efficient technique. Okay. So the whole thing now, we know what's happening, we know what we're doing. Okay, so we're going to visualise, there's someone in the distance, they're coming towards you, they're being verbal, they're saying they're going to do this, that, whatever. So you're here, and you're going to go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Very good, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Excellent, right. This time what's going to happen, I'm just going to say go, I want you to do the whole thing, okay. So you're here, you're ready, and I say go, you go 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. Not waiting for any counts, just waiting for me to say go. So when I say that, that's this person coming in, okay? Here we go, get ready, stand neutral, go! Excellent, right, here we go, number 2, go! Good, go! Good. It's still 2 more of them. You ready? Go! Right, number 5, this is going to be the last one. You ready? Make it your strongest one, make it your quickest one. Go! Good job, right. I'll leave it up to you if you want to do that on the other side as well, because you might have only stuck to the one side, that's absolutely fine. Okay, but what's going to happen, the video is going to sort of carry on, and then we'll be looking at just some sort of cool down stuff, okay? Good job. Right, we are. Good job. So, trained well, training hard, good job. So you've actually been doing one every day this week, if you've been following along the programme, okay? So that's good, okay, so you think normally it's just one class a week, isn't it? So, good job. What we wanted to finish off with this time was a real cool down. It's going to be like questions, terminology, that kind of stuff. So if you want to stop the video now, I think I've done my training, go ahead, okay? Otherwise, if not, just going to ask some questions and give you the answers as well. I'll just give you some general sort of training advice. So for the questions, first question is, what is the first main point? Okay, so probably give you 3 seconds to answer. 3, 2, 1. First main point is our centre line, attack and defence. Okay, so to explain this, your centre line is about this point here in your body. So when you think you've got everything in your face, you've got your throat, a bit lower down you've got your solar plexus. If you've ever been winded, that's you've been hitting the solar plexus. A bit lower you've got your stomach, a bit lower than that you've got your groin. They're all areas you don't want to get hit. Okay, I do not want to get hit in the face or the neck. So when we are in our stances, we're looking at defending this point here and also attacking as much as possible the other person's. Okay, we don't really do a whole lot of like hooks and side attacks. Everything's normally going straight. Okay. The second main point is our simultaneous attack and defence principle. This is a dead easy one to explain. So simultaneous just means two things happening at the same time. So this is your attack and defence at the same time. And there's a lot of examples in Wing Chun that you might not even sort of realise, okay? So even your punch with a Wu Sao. A Wu Sao is actually a block, okay? So you are technically defending and attacking at the same time. Or even this punch itself, they might be trying to hit you, you beat them to it and you've hit them already, it might stop that punch. So that's another very basic example of simultaneous, okay? The only thing we try not to do is like block, then attack them back, okay? Wing Chun, as much as possible, it's all at the same time, okay? Yeah? Final main point, third main point is your short distance power, okay? Now this one's a little bit more tricky to explain, but it is explainable. Sometimes it's called the economy of motion. And what it basically is about using the shortest possible distance to the most greatest efficiency, okay? Now don't misunderstand, a lot of people always seem to get it in their heads that it means like the shorter the distance, the more powerful you got. It's not, okay? You're probably never ever going to have more power here than you are from back here. It's just the laws of physics, isn't it? Okay. But what we can do, we can train to become more efficient here, okay? The idea of Wing Chun is to get close to your opponent, okay? People don't really want to fight when they're like this close. But we've got all these little sort of techniques that we built up over the years that will still deliver, even at a short distance, a tight, uncomfortable distance for most people. Okay, I'm not the only style that does that by a long shot, okay, but just the average untrained fighter, they don't really want to be too close to someone. They want to, like, you know, just look at these big swinging ideas. They know that's what's going to get them their power, okay? So we're refining our art in that sense, okay? Good, so those are just some basic questions, okay? The other thing I wanted to do was just give you a bit of training advice, okay? So, I've said this to some of my students before, but I'm going to say on here now, the best kind of equipment you can have when you're training at home is not a pad, not a breaking board, not a big heavy bag, it is a mirror, believe it or not, okay? And the reason for that is, when you're at home, you don't have me, I mean you got me now, but I'm not physically with you saying, right, put your elbow in, make sure it's going strong, etc, etc. You can become your own Sifu, your own sort of observer, everything like that, okay? So if you look at yourself in the mirror, and you've been hearing me in class saying, right, make sure you're sitting your stance, and you think, well I am. Once you see yourself in the mirror, you think, oh my God, my knees are out there, okay? Then you can adjust and you can correct yourself, Okay, it's a very important part of your training. Okay, if you don't have a mirror, it's fine. I don't really have a mirror in my flat. It's not really enough room for one. But if you do have one, just use it. Just make the most of it. Okay, just like everything else. Okay. Second thing you want to do is when you train, find somewhere good to train. What I mean by somewhere good is somewhere with a bit of room. Okay, you don't need loads. Okay, as long as you can do like 1 or 2 arrow steps and back, that's fine. But somewhere that's is not going to distract you. Okay, there's hundreds and hundreds these days of distractions that will come in between you and your training. Okay, the main thing is like TV, music, video games, anything like that. Barking dogs, anything, okay, that's going to sort of distract you. Okay, now I'll tell you something. Years ago, I used to listen to music all the time when I'm training. The problem with that, while it might motivate you, the problem is it kind of distracts you. Okay, not from the training itself, but from what you're actually doing. You're not necessarily thinking about your techniques. You've got something booming behind you. You think, yeah, I feel great. You're not really watching what you're actually doing though. Okay, so try and keep it quiet, try and keep it calm, okay? If you've got a phone, put it on silent, turn it off. Don't do like 2 minutes of training and then think, quick check Facebook, because 2 minutes turns into 5 minutes, and before you realise it, it's been like an hour and you've only done like 5 minutes training. Okay, it's happened to all of us, happened to me. Okay, you've just got to be careful, okay? Training at home is infinitely harder than training at class, okay? Because when you're in class, you've got like-minded people, haven't you? When you're at home, that's when it really sort of, it becomes harder because there's no one to judge you, no one to push you, no one to motivate you. So you've got to become, like I said, you've got to become your own motivator, your own seeker in that sense, okay? But as with a lot of things in life, Wing Chun is one of those things that the more you put into it, the more you get out of it as well, okay? And to be fair, a lot of you, 99% of you, just fantastic, like power, speed, balance, okay? So it just goes to show that it does all start to pay off, okay? So, very well done. That is the end of our lesson today. Keep going, okay? Make sure you are keeping it regular. Just stay positive as well, okay? Keep me updated with what's going on with you as well, because I love to see like pictures of you all training, the videos you're doing in bursts and punches and all that kind of stuff. It's fantastic from my end. And then hopefully we will be seeing you again very, very soon. Good job, excellent. Enjoy your weekends. And then we'll be back with some more videos next week. Well done.